story and my why.
Hey, you guys, welcome to Shop Talk, where we dive deep with Brooklyn and we give it to you raw. I'm your host, Brooklyn, also known as the Makeover Queen. So, you guys, I created this platform in order to have real conversations, to encourage women, and also to be poured into. Y'all know sometimes we go home and we really need someone to talk to. So that's what I want on this platform. And this platform is going to give you something like we're going to talk about real life, beauty tips, fashion tips, crazy stories. Because I was just talking to my coworker just now, and she said I got stories for days. And those are the conversations I want to have because sometimes it's relatable. So you guys, let me give you a little background. I'm Brooklyn, also known as the Makeover Queen. I was born and raised in Brooklyn, New York. I'm a cosmetologist, a fashion designer, a coach, and an author. So I started Brooklyn Beauty Bar off of a dream and a little bit of money because I was transitioning from being married to separated. I was a woman who had to reinvent herself. Like I had to rebuild and revamp myself. It was a struggle because, being married for over 20 years and now my life is changing, it was a big eye opener. You know, I had to adjust because I'm so used to being a mother and a wife. Now I'm not, I got to transition. So what does that mean? And what does that look for me? I didn't know what that means. I didn't even know who I was anymore. You know, it was a struggle. I was broken. I was hurt. I didn't think I was going to nobody gets up and say, I'm going to get a divorce, right? Nobody says my life's going to change. Nobody thinks about that. You just have to go with the punches. And I was just out of it. But I love the fact that God rebuilt me through the struggles, through the cheating, through the transition of me going place to place. I was never stable, you know. To put your all into one person and give it, it's like giving them, like, here, take my life. You got the whole bag. So if you want to throw me to the left, you throw me to the left. You want to throw me to the right, you throw me to the right. And it's like you have no control. Now I was forced to be like, okay, God, I got to give it to you. But still, as much as we believe in God and we have faith, sometimes we get a little rock side and be like, okay, I believe, but I'm scared. And it was just really hard for me. I'm not going to lie. I didn't know. Today I'm up, tomorrow I'm down. I'm not going to, let's be real. Suicide was on my mind. Okay. Depression. I gained mad weight. The weight was on me like heavy. But you know what I love? That I don't look like her anymore. I love the fact that coming here among my sisters and this little spot, even though I'm the therapist, I got therapy because there was one woman that experienced this already and she poured into me and we had debates here. We had church in here crying and praying. That's what I love about Shop Talk. That's what I love, the community, the fact that we can sit here and be real with each other. I'm just gonna give it to you real. And that's what I love. I was honest. I'm an open book. I'm not gonna lie about nothing because guess what? God got me. And just like he got me, he got you. That's how I knew this was bigger. Bigger than I can ever imagine. So beauty became more than just hair for me. It became something where I was building women and building their confidence. So in the mix of that, that was giving me healing while I was healing someone else. So going through this divorce, it was really devastating for me. But the salon helped mold me and kept me going. I felt like I had purpose. And it just made me want to go harder. I realized I didn't just build a business. I rebuilt who I was. And the conversations that we have in the salon, you gotta be real with yourself. Some of the ladies don't even tell anybody their business, right? But they feel that you are someone I don't know and I can trust, and I'm gonna tell you everything. And when I tell you people tell you everything, they tell you everything. But it makes me feel good because that means that they trust me and I hold it with my heart. I don't take that lightly. So, in other words, a salon is not just a salon, it's like therapy. So Shop Talk is about healing. It's about growth. It's about knowing your worth and self-love. I realized my purpose was to help women, and that's why I built this platform because what a better place to have a real conversation. I realized that holding these secrets, people needed someone to talk to. One lady that I do her hair, she always told me, "Brooke, live a little. Never say you'll never." Because there's a lot of decisions I had made that I said I would never do, and I ended up doing it. Not because I'm intentionally trying to hurt anybody or anything like that, but I did it because the state of mind I was in at that time. People go through phases in life, they go through stages in life. You never know where you're going to be, but sometimes you just need somebody to pour back into you. You know what I mean? In the business for over 30 years, and I've seen a lot of things change. So, with that being said, what didn't change was us ladies getting together, having a kumbaya moment, crying and praying for one another and encouraging each other. Talking to some of the ladies, they kind of give you encouragement and it gave me an opportunity to start over. Starting over is good. So, and I hope that the podcast encourages you and it gives you something that you might need at that time in the moment. So if you like and subscribe and stay tuned. So you guys, I had my first interview with my son. He thinks he's so cool and so collective, but I had a great time just interviewing him and what his view was about my business and who I was. So here it goes. Guys, this is Shop Talk. So I'm gonna interview my son today. How do you feel about your mom being an entrepreneur?
Um, it's pretty interesting and cool.
Okay. So what is one of the things that you could say that's amazing about your mom?
Um, she does hair. On top of her doing hair, she sells a lot of products, and she does a lot of things. She um she does a lot of things.
Okay. Do you think that I touch lives of many women?
Yeah, I believe a lot of women are inspired by you.
Oh, how sweet. Okay. So, what are some things that inspire you about your mom in this business?
Um, Ever since I was a kid, I always wanted to be an entrepreneur, and you don't really know what that looks like, but since my mom being an entrepreneur gives me a good view on how it works, how owning a business works, and what it looks like, and what are the steps to owning a business.
Okay.